Masech Avoda Zara, Daf Chaf Hayam Aleph. We're going to talk about when they gave from Mechamas Yeshua that with Malchi HaMeida there was a tremendous miracle.
You said Reuben is coming here?
He's in the middle of davening by them. The sun got quiet. The Yadeach, Amad, and the moon stood in its place. Ad Yikim till they took revenge. Ad Yikim Gai Abba. Till the Yidden took revenge from the enemies, meaning for the Amadian. Says Gemara, Alohi, this nest that Yeshua is going to do in the future, was written in the Sefer HaYosher. But Gemara, my Sefer HaYosher. What is the Sefer HaYosher? The Sefer Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. This is Sefer Bereshis, which talks about the life and the actions of the Avis. Shenikru Yisharim, who the Avis are called Yisharim, upright. Shenever, like it says in the pasuk, Tavis Nafshi Meis Yisharim. Bilam said, I want to die like the upright people, like Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. How do they die? So he brings down that there was a misa, no sicknesses, no cave, no yisum garnished. So he wanted to die such a way. So Gemara Beichrim misa. Where is it hinted this miracle in Sefer Bereshis that will happen in the future by Yeshua? So Gemara, because it says zara his children, Yaakov's children, will be putting up fear in all the goyim. A Masai, when was this haftacha fulfilled? By the children of Ephraim. Yiyim Malay Agayim will be filled with the Malay Agayim. That the fear will be the fear will be by all the guys from the children of Ephraim. And how's that? This story, Yeshua came from Ephraim. So it says in the Hemshech of the Pasuk, the Shemesh stood in the middle of the sky, and the sun didn't want to set. And how long did it stay in the sky? Like a full day, 24 hours. How long did the Shemesh stay out? 24 hours. The sun stayed out for 24 hours. It's like one full day. Azel Shis, in the morning it came from the Mizach till the middle of the Shemaim for 6 hours. Become Shis, and then in the middle of the sky it stayed 6 hours. Azel Shis, then after it started to go for 6 hours towards setting, towards the Maidav side, towards the west. Become Shis, and before it set, it stayed another 6 hours.
So it wasn't 24 hours in one place.
No, there's another day yet. We're still going to get so Kula Milsa. If you count all the hours from when the Shemesh came out till it landed, till it ended, till it went down, that was 24 hours. Rabbi Hamay says no. It was 36 hours. Azel Shis, we start off with 6 from the Mizach to the middle of the sky, takes 6 hours. Then the Kam Tresa, in the middle of the sky, it stayed 12 hours. Then the Azel Shis, then it went down towards Maida, the Kam Tresa, and then it stood again 12 hours before it set. Somebody does say, if you only count the hours, so you count the hours that it stayed unnaturally, it was 12 and 12, 24, like a full day. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani says, it was 48 hours. Azel Shis went 6 hours from Mizah till the middle of the sky. The Kam Tresa in the middle of the sky stayed 12 hours. Azel Shis, and then it went another 6 hours till when the sun went down. The Kam Esma Abba, deer, it stayed 24 hours. Why Dafka at the time of the sunset? Because if you read the pasuk, it says it didn't want to set like a full day. Full day means 24 hours. At the time of the setting, it didn't want to set for like a full day. So we could have loved Kiyim Tamahaba.
So the first time, it's not that they were Kabul. He says Kabul.
It's written in the Sefer Yosher ahead of time what was going to happen in the time of Yeshua. And now he says we could have loved Kiyim Tamahaba. We know it was twice that it stayed in. So in the morning hours, when it stayed in the middle of the sky, it was only 12 hours. Why? Where do we get the number of 12? So he brings down that this is a Zman that they stopped saying Shira. Here it says, it makes sense. I'm reading from the Rashi. It makes sense that the first time where it doesn't say Ki Yom Tov, it was 12 hours. Why? Because that's the time that the sun stopped from singing Shir, which is the 12 hours that it stopped singing Shir. The night time. The night time is 12 hours. When the sun is out, it was singing Shir the whole time. But there was 12 hours of the day that it didn't say Shir. Which one? The night. So that's how we calculated the 12 hours. So the first time that it was only 12 hours. Others say that the machlekes was like it was learning the Tosefta. What was the machlekes? Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Esma Abba. And Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi says it was 24 hours. Azal Shisa went 6 hours till the mid from Mizrach to the middle of the Shemayim. The Kam Treis stayed 12 hours. Azal Shisa went another 6 hours. The Kam Treis and it stayed another 12 hours. So this Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi is saying like that Rabbi Lazar before. There's no before we said Rabbi Shimon says that it went 6 hours and it only stayed 6 hours, and then it went. He was including the natural hours to make it 24 hours. Here, Rabbi Shimon Levi is not including the.
How do you get the 24? It should be 36, no?
It is 36, but he's only counting the 24 hours without the natural hours. So he says, "We're coming today is in a state 12 hours."
24 is only the ones that taste.
But before we did include in the 24 hours the natural hours.
We don't include the 6.
Right. Also, she went another 6. We come today and stayed another 12 hours. By the time I had to set, I mean, does it? That means that the hours that the sun set, it was stayed in the sky supernaturally. How do you say it? Supernaturally, like 24 hours. Now, so that was Rabbi Yeshua was saying like Rabbi Lazar of the first Girsa. Now, what's Rabbi Lazar? 36 hours. Azal Shis, 6 hours. Then Bekam Teis stayed 12 hours. Azal Shis, and then at the time when it went down, Bekam Esmer it stayed 24 hours, like it says. He didn't want to set like a full day, which is 24 hours. So now, if you would include the natural hours, it would be 48 hours, which means Rabbi Lezer would be saying like Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmana. But he's saying 36 hours without the natural hours. 12 plus the 24. Those were the unnatural hours that it stayed in the sky. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmana was 48 hours that was unnatural. Azal Shisa went 6 hours. Become Esma Abba. The first time when it stayed in the middle of the sky, it stayed a full day, 24 hours. Then Azal Shis, then it went another 6 hours to set. And then Become Esma Abba. Stayed again 24 hours. It was 48 plus 12. It was 60 hours, yes. Where does he come to say that the first time was 48 hours also? 24 hours. Makish Amidos Ilabiyase. In the setting, it says befedish v'loy atzlavei kiyoyim. It says kiyoyim kami. It says befedish by the setting that was a full day, 24 hours. So we say just like by the setting was 24 hours. Ma biyase kiyoyim kami. Afamidase kiyoyim kami. So to the first time when it paused, it was also 24 hours. Kind of we learned kishen sham delay chamal Yeshua kach cham delay chamal Yeshua ulenakdim ben Guya. Just like the sun stayed in its place as a miracle in the time of Yeshua, so it did by Moshe and by Nakdim ben Goya. So there it doesn't say befedish where, but Nakdim ben Goya is a story that we learned in Tainus. In New Testament base over there it says that the Oile Regel had no water. They came with the behemoths, there was no water. So he went to the case, he says, listen, give me 12 rivers of yours, and I'll fill 12 wells, and I'll fill them up. And if I don't fill them up by a certain time, I have to pay you a whole lot of money. Okay, okay, I'll have them. Perfect. Comes to the last day, it's all empty, and it was a drought. That's why he needed it. He says, he said, give me the money. So he says, well, the day's not over. He says, we're already quite a bit in the day. There's no water. He ran into the Beis Medrash and he started to daven. And when he davened, the water came and it filled it up, and it filled it up even more. Whoa! So he says, Says, now you owe me, tells the Kesa. The Kesa says, no, it's already nighttime. So Nakdima says, it's not nighttime. And he went into the base medrash, and they Yidavin, and they made the clouds open up and the sun shine. That was the miracle. Now, so it says Yeshua, it says Befedish. Nakdima ben Goyen, it says Befedish. But Moshe, where do we see that by Moshe that stood? Moshe Minolam says you want to ask Achel. We learn out from Nagzei Shabbat Achel. Ksiv Achel. It says by Moshe Achel taste Pach Chavi Yasech Apnei Amim Tas Kol Hashemayim. David says to Moshe, to you I will make a pachad on all the nations when he's going to fight the Amorian. Ksiv Hasan by Yeshua, it says Achel Gadelcha, about this story that we're learning when he was fighting. So where he made this Hashem stand, David says, I will begin to show your greatness through this miracle. Rabbi Yochanan, no, Asya taste. The same pasuk, but from a different word. We learn how taste. Taste means I'll give. So it says, it says by Moshe, I will begin to give into you a fear that all the nations should fear. So taste is give. And by Yeshua it says, in the day that Hashem will give, that he shall fight against the Amorian. So that's the makkah from the Gzei Shabbat. From the Guf of the Pasuk we learn it out. What does it say? Asher Yishmu Shim'acha, the Eibishter will make known the Ragzu, and they will tremble the Cholom and Panacha, and they will fear from before you. When will they tremble and fear for you? Says that time and the Eibishter made that the sun should stay in the skies in its place. Makes it effective. It says about the nest by Yeshua. There was no such a nest before and after. Here we have Moshe before and you have Nakdima ben Goya after. What's going on? By saying by Yeshua had so many more hours staying than by Moshe and Nakdima. So if you want, I can tell you there was another component to the miracle. Avnei Barid lo yahava. There was no Avnei Barid that fell on the enemies. It says when the Miriam were running away from the Bnei Yisrael, they were going down to Beis Chenan. They threw big stones of hail onto these people till Hazak Vayamusu, and they all died. Okay, it says by the Tina, by the crying of David HaMelech when Shaul and Yonasan died. So it says, Vayoyma, David said, now that all the Gibeoni Yisrael fell, and they didn't really have to fight because they used to always fought. So they didn't have to know how to fight. But when there was Yerid Saderes, they didn't have to learn how to fight. So it says, L'lamed b'nei Yehuda keshes, to teach the Bnei Yehuda how to use archery, the bows and arrows. It's written in the Sefer HaYosher. What Sefer HaYosher? That's the Sefer Breishis that we said before. This talks about all the life of Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and their mice. They are Yesharim. They're called upright. The Sibahu Tamis Nafshi Mois Yesharim Usiyach Risikamoyu. There it says also that Bilam said, "I want to die like Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov."
How come Bilam had to deal with the Chamir, the Eibishter gave him the Nevuah? How come such a thing?
Eibishter made me the connected with has his own Shkanam Kintinus, as they didn't have a Novi. If we would have had a Novi, the guy would have said.
The earlier one, they came to him for his Nevuah, and he helped them. He helped, I think, was it Moav he helped, or?
Yeah, Balak at that, but he gave different advice. Veicher Remiza says, where do we see a hint in Sefer Bereshis that Bnei Yehuda were those that used archers, they used the bows and arrows? It says, Yehuda, your brothers praise you. Your hand is on the neck of your enemies. What kind of tool is something that's against the nape of the neck? How does a keshes work? He brings it up to the ear, which is right by the neck. It's going on Mishnah Torah, the Sefer HaYosher. That's Sefer Devarim. Why is Devarim called Sefer HaYosher? The Chsiv, in Sefer Dvarim it says, "V'sisa yosher atei bein Hashem." You should do what's upright and good in the eyes of Hashem. Where is it hinted that Bnei Yehuda were Moshe or archers, Moshe Keshes? It says Yadav Ravlai. It says Yadav Ravlai.